What's up, YouTubers and Star Wars fans? This is StormMakerX back again with another video, and this one is helmet number 8 in the Mandalorian armor kit build series. If you're watching this and you've been watching my other videos, this video means that I have worked on my other armor pieces and have gotten to a point where I can actually bounce from both sets, pieces of armor here, from the armor and then back onto the helmet and back and forth here. So anyway, and this one is going to cover the visor installation process. Now, fair warning, this had to have been the most tedious part as far as trying to work on this entire helmet. For some reason, Bondo and priming, sanding, and all that good stuff was nothing compared to trying to put this lens on, this visor. This particular visor is made by T-Visor. It was laser cut and everything, so it's meant to be used in helmets like these. It is a standard, as far as being when you buy a helmet from the Mandalorian arsenal, so it comes with it. But like I said, it was very tedious because it wanted to bend back into shape. Giving you a view on the inside, you can see right here where the glue is, right here. It's a little bit thicker here, and it's all over this. And it really, like I said, it really took a while to kind of work with it because of all the different things. There were many options as far as to go with, and in this case, I had chosen, to use hot glue actually, in high temperature setting. Reason for it, I could have used epoxy, but the thing is, I didn't feel like holding on the visor all day long onto the helmet until the epoxy dried. That would have not been fun. The others, people have suggested we're using rivets, screws, and whatnot, but I chose the hot glue because once it finally hardens everything like that, you can keep on moving on. And then the only thing you have to be careful, of course, is your fingers or your hand or wherever, as far as touching the hot glue. And I did try using low temperature, but it did not do very well. Reason because low temperature dries and cools down way too quick before you get a chance to put that lens in there and then work around it. So high temperature setting is the best because it stays hot long enough where you can put the visor in there. Of course, like I said, just be careful how you put your fingers in there and everything. So what I did was, before I actually moved on to using the adhesive, first of all, I experimented as far as putting that in there, and I wanted to get an idea as far as would be the best way to do it. So here I am positioning all this and making sure it well fits. And once I was comfortable with that and pretty confident what to do, I started using the glue gun and hitting this area first, the top part, and then slide it into position and held it there. Of course, fair warning, if you do this part, be careful because the heat will go through the lens and it will actually it will be warmer than warm. It will actually be to the point of being hot. So, but anyway, I did that, and then like I said, every 10-15 minutes I would come around, check it again, and then I work around this and then try to get down here. And I did the same thing with this area too on this side, and then just worked it out. But like I said, I mean, this thing took about a good 2 hours to do it. So yes, it was very tedious. Yes, it was quite a challenge to put in there. It's in there now, but fair warning, this is what you're going to face when working on this helmet. If you get it from the Mandalorian arsenal, of course. Anyway, yes, I did use a little bit extra glue here too, in case you're wondering. It actually holds the visor in position very well and keeps it from getting loose. So yeah, you do what you gotta do. It's not so pretty on the inside, but it is on the outside, which counts. So flipping it around, as you can see right here, I had to do a little bit more extra work right here because of glue seepage which got onto the mask, and I had to take an X-Acto knife. Little fair warning, you are probably going to end up doing something like this to your visor. Let's see this light. There you go. That big old scratch right there, where my finger's pointing, that unfortunately annoyed me a little bit. They do make an epoxy that can fix it, so I forgot exactly what it's called, but I'll get back with you on it soon enough. And I'm planning to go ahead and pick it up because they use it for windshield, you know, as far as cracks and all like that. Definitely on any particular glass, any kind of glass that's cracked or anything like that, it would work with. So it can also work with this as well. So just a little something to throw out there. Glue seepage. The thing about glue seepage, best thing to do is to let it harden and cool off. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit tougher of a mess to work with. But if for some unknown reason it smears, best thing to do is to actually get some rubbing alcohol. Believe it or not, that stuff actually loosens the glue, makes it easier to peel off and get it off and everything. The only problem is it can also eat away at the paint, so be careful when doing that. But yeah, the rubbing alcohol works very well, and it, you know, cleans it, you know, very nicely. Now, like I said, I had to take an X-Acto knife to get this off. The only thing is I still had to deal with like little flakes, loose, hot, you know, glue and all that good stuff. So what I did, I took some very fine sandpaper and I really sanded down very well. It's not super smooth, but it's definitely not super rough either. So a little something to note when you're doing this. But yeah, sandpaper I would recommend would be something super fine, definitely somewhere at 220 or higher. Do not do 80 because 80 will probably go, you know, it would actually make it worse. Plus also, you don't want to do any damage to your visor here, so be careful when doing that if you do have to do this. Now I'm going to have to do some more painting on the sides here on both of these, which hopefully it won't be too bad. But anyway, as far as what's left to do on this helmet, I'm going to have to work on the insulation as far as trying to get that earpiece up there, the little antenna and all. Some, you know, I've actually looked at I guess a preferred how-to here by another person who actually used magnets. Some have used screws and all that, but the magnet part looked kind of interesting because you could still make it go up and down without any problems. The only thing is with magnets is that as they're exposed to heat and everything like that, they actually start losing the magnetism and definitely start losing the strength of that magnetism. So it sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll try it. I have to play with it. But anyway, for the inside process, I'm gonna have to put some foam pad in here. The one thing about this helmet, it is very roomy, so I'm gonna need a little something to break, you know, have my head brace up against. And the reason for it being so roomy is that therefore I can go ahead and use like a Bluetooth headset, a mic, and some fans definitely. With the weather down here and with it being so humid, definitely going to need to put in 2 fans just to keep things cool up there. So, and like I said, the Bluetooth headset, I'm going to look into that as well. A nice little voice amplifier. And that will actually work. Like I said, it's a little ugly on the inside, look, you know, with all that. But trust me, you're really not going to see all that. Not really. Unless you're just super, like, beyond hyper observant and just picky. Anyway, other than that, I'm probably going to do, I have been trying to figure out what to put right here. Probably some, like, little emblem, sigil, whatever. And definitely going to try to do a black wash ASAP. So, but that's what's going on. That's what's left on this helmet. And that's, you know, that's what's pretty much what's left to have to do. So if you like what you've seen, if you would just go ahead and like and comment. If you do comment, I will answer it ASAP. If you want to, you may also subscribe and even watch my other videos as well. Definitely some useful information there. Nice little how-tos. And like I said, this is definitely, you know, that's pretty much what's all that's going on. So along with that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and you all have a good night.